Mike B from Southern California writes, my stock wheel set is heavy. They're great on flat terrain, but completely slow when the trail/road points up. It sounds like me when I'm riding up hills, except it's not the wheels. What's a good pair of wheels that won't drain my kids' college fund? Okay, well, wheels are the #1 upgrade for a bicycle, in my opinion. You can spend a lot of money. Obviously, you could drain your kids' college fund. I really, there's a lot of, basically the less you spend, the less you're going to get for your money. So that's stating the obvious. The lighter the wheels, the lighter the wallet. I reckon you should consider perhaps a hand-built wheel set if you're looking to keep the cost reasonably low. You could use a qualified wheel builder. Perhaps it could be a local shop. It could be an online wheel building service. There's plenty of those services out there. You can select your rims, you can select your hubs, and obviously your spokes and spoking patterns, and the shop or online service could then tailor the wheel set to your needs and, get a sort of a target weight for the wheel set you're looking for, and hopefully without breaking the bank. So I reckon you should go custom on this. Charles from Walkersville, Maryland has written into us, and he writes, I have a Motorbicane Mirage SL with Wyman DP18 wheels running 25mm tyres. That's quite narrow, isn't it? That's basically road tyres. I get some pretty decent traction on soft dirt and light gravel. I weigh 156 kilos or 125 pounds. I like to run my tyres at 90 psi front and 125 in the back. Whoa, that's quite high for the rear there, Charles. If I want to do a race with some gravel patches and dirt with off-road sections, what pressure should I run and what can I do to prepare my bike? Okay, Charles, the first thing I would do if I was you, drop the rear tyre pressure immediately. It's way too high. Now, first of all, I've ridden a lot of these Roubaix type races that use maybe 25mm or 28mm road tyres. I really prefer tubeless. If you've got road wheels that are tubeless specific or tubeless compatible, I highly recommend you first of all think about switching to that. And obviously purchasing some tyres that are tubeless compatible. We've also got the factor of some puncture protection with the sealant inside. With that setup in mind, I always run, I weigh 155 pounds most times, which is 70 kilos I think off the top of my head. I run 75 psi front and about 80 psi rear. I've never had a problem with that pressure. Now if I was running tubes, I might run a little bit higher. I ran from memory at the last Roubaix. I ran, which was back in 2011 that I raced it, I think. I ran Victoria Open Corsa Paves, the green and black tyres with tubes, and I ran 85 front and 90 rear. Now I did try using some sealant inside the tube, but it didn't work. It still flattered anyway somewhere and the race was over. But the ride is quite nice. It's much more forgiving than running 125 psi on the rear. So drop your rear tyre pressure. That's going to be a big thing right there. So good luck, Charles, and hope these suggestions work out for you. Mike of New Kent, Virginia writes in, and his question is, what gears are you using in general? Cranking, cassette, especially when there's a lot of elevation. Love the site and videos, ride reports, etc. Keep it up. Well, first of all, Mike, thanks for the feedback. I love hearing that. Okay, my go-to setup pretty much all the time is I like to run a 46 tooth front chainring and a 36 or a 34 small ring. If there's a lot of climbing, definitely a 34 without question. For gears, I run an 11 to 32 11-speed cassette. Even around here in this part of Florida, there's some climbing, nothing like that part of Virginia, which I've ridden in, very nice. And you've got a nice spread of gears without too many big gaps. So that's what I recommend for you. We've got another question here from GC Wannabe, who claims to be from Australia, aka Oz. John, how is it that K-Dogg can go so fast uphill, yet so slowly downhill? Please explain the mathematics and physics of gaining time uphill versus downhill. Well, Greg LeMond, he's a pretty well-known cyclist, quite famous, won the Tour de France a couple of times. He said that, I think it was 500 grams of weight makes 30 seconds over some space of a climb. I can't think of exactly the measure. I'm not going to go into mathematics here, but basically, less weight going uphill means you're going to climb faster. However, there's also this thing called natural talent. of which I don't have very much of. So even though, say, K-Dogg weighs probably about 8 pounds, 10 pounds less than me, the skinny little bugger, there's also skill and some talent and some maybe daredevil tactics when it comes to descending. So Kdog, he's 61 years of age right now. He doesn't really have much to prove to anybody. So he gets to the top ahead of a lot of people, and he gingerly takes it down the mountain. Many times he'll have a buffer on a lot of the talented descenders, and I guess that's his tactic. Climb like hell and then descend like crap, but kind of safely. So it's not really a good answer to your question, but I guess we've all got talents, and his is climbing. So if you want to be like him, drop some weight, do a lot of climbing, definitely. Go ride with K-Dogg. He likes friends. He likes riding with people. And if you want to learn how to descend better, you could like pay me to come wherever you're at, and I'll give you some of my insider tips. Okay, thanks for the question there, GC Wannabe.
Traveling in a freighter.